We're back. Just act normal, everybody. We're back. Crisis averted. We're back. And we're safe. Hello? Just act normal. We're back. Everything's good. Let's get everybody back in here. Everybody act normal. Take your shoes off at the door. Did I spill water on myself? Amazing. Amazing. Can we tag my executive producer in here, please? Can we? Where's my back office? Everybody just act normal. All right. Everybody come back. Take your shoes off. Let's get the drinks going. Act normal. If you put your drinks down, don't worry about it. We'll get you new ones. All right, everybody. Wrong one. Look at that. Look. Why are we getting caught on here? Hello. 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 Everybody listen. Things happen. This is a live show. You know what we're going to do all over again.
Finally, a show with an array of topics. I mean, she talks about it all. The Natasha Simona Sequence, Evening Edition, begins now.
Okay, everybody. In the name of acting normal, let's just act like that didn't happen, okay? It happens. Everybody act normal. Get a new drink. You put your drinks down. You walked away from your drink. We had to evacuate the building, get new drinks. We're back like we never left. Shout out to Tony Rasan that's in the building. Shout out to Maureen that just Maureen, I was thinking about calling you today, and you know what? You want to know what happened? Everything but me calling you. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Sonia that just walked in the door. Shout out to the entire room. Shout out to that wasn't loud enough. Shout out to the entire room. Back like we never left. Somebody was smoking in the trash room and set off the entire building. Now, I don't live in a small building. It's a lot of people that you got to get up on out of here. So, whenever the alarm trips and stuff like that, sometimes it's a false alarm and you just get so used to it. I just tell the kids, look at the camera. And if you see 5 neighbors walking past the door, we'll get out of here. Until we get to 5, we're going to stay right here. And somebody was smoking in the trash room. What a moron. And so, before I could even get down stairs, it was Ashy Agnes, right? Damn Agnes. I got to talk to her about that. Back office, we got to talk to Agnes. It might have been Agnes. Okay. Let's just roll right into this. Let's see if we can get Isaac back in here. Can we all tag Isaac? Let's let me get Isaac in here. Can somebody tag Isaac for me, please? Giving you all work to do. At Isaac. I can't do it. If my back office, if you don't mind tagging Isaac. Let's see where Rick Party is to help me out here. Ricky. Hi. I need help. Please. Okay, everybody, let's act normal. Let me see something here. Isaac, Tosh is looking for you. Thank you, everybody. You all are doing the work of the sequence. Oh, Isaac is live right now? Okay, everybody just act normal. Here's what we're going to do. While you all talk amongst yourselves, we're going to do something. I'm going to have to... I don't know if I could go in his live while he's live and, let me know if it messes up this live. But, hey, I'm back. can you come over? Oh, he's coming. Please. LOL. Okay. Okay. Okay, cool. All right. I don't know if you all heard him, but Isaac is on his way over. Crisis averted. Let me explain everything to you, everybody. Things happen. Tony Rasan says finish the headlines. I was in the zone. But our guest is here. Isaac is walking in the building. Isaac, please take your shoes off. Please grab a nice beverage while you walk in here. Shout out to Isaac as he comes in the door.
Nah.
You're purposely keeping it from me.
I'm
Isaac.
What's up, Tosh?
What's
going on?
I have to apologize. The alarms went off in my building and I was trying to thug it out. I was trying to be cool because sometimes the alarms goes off and it's like nothing.
Right.
But it was also very annoying because you all could hear it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, this is like, it's like right here. So I'm trying to play cool, trying to figure out like, what could I do to like, let this mull over? Okay, well, I am alive because it looks irresponsible, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I pack up everything, get the kids and go to the car. By the time I get to the car and I'm going down the stair, down the driveway, it's over with. Somebody was smoking in the trash room. What a moron. So I apologize, Isaac.
Smoking.
Yeah, I apologize. So I am excited to have you as an actual guest.
Thank you.
You normally, go ahead.
Nothing. I'm just. I do you play your own little background music like that?
Well, it's royalty-free music.
Me too. That's why I got a little. But go ahead. Keep talking.
Okay. Oh, I turned mine off. Okay. No, you can keep yours on. That's fine.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
As long as it's royalty-free. Don't get
it is royalty-free. Okay. I'm not getting us shut down. It's royalty-free, Tasha.
Yeah, mine is okay. Everything I play, I have a theme song in the beginning that I play that belongs to me. And then there's a mix. But nonetheless, so I'm happy to have you. Welcome to the Natasha Simona sequence. Isaac is the third.
Yay! I got my own sound effects. I'm sorry. I don't want to.
I mean,
I want to take over, but it's okay.
Just make my job a little bit easier. That's okay.
Yeah. Yes.
So first things first, I just want to check in with you and see how the sales are going with fan base. Not sales. I know.
The crowdfunding.
The crowdfunding. I'm sorry.
How's the crowdfunding? So I'm looking. We're almost right at 900,000. We're at $899,739 raised. So yeah. There you go. Yeah, we clever.
My executive, because this is a live show, live things happen. Yes, 10. You what? Yeah. You left it in the car? You broke it. I told you it would break if you threw it too hard. But I'm on a live show right now. It popped. I'll order you a brand new one. I'm on a live show. I've got Isaac Hayes III in front of me. Yeah, I'll order you a brand new one. Okay.
I love the ambiance, by the way. I love the ambiance, and I love the hue of the lights in the background.
Thank you.
Getting your color on, getting your pastel on.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm trying over here. So as I was saying, Isaac, I don't know what I was saying, but I just want to congratulate you. Rick Party is the executive producer of this show. And so I just want to welcome Rick into the building. He says, I'm sorry, he was in an interview. I summoned him into the room. So anyway.
Thank you for the amazing voiceover. The Rick Party. I got the tonight. I got the Natasha I got that voice, the Natasha Simone experience. I was like, damn,
no,
Rick.
I'm sorry, Isaac.
Sequence. I'm sorry. The Natasha Simona sequence, nighttime edition.
Evening edition. Thank you so much.
Evening edition. I'm sorry. The Natasha Simona sequence, evening edition.
We're a little official over here, okay?
With the man behind fan base himself, Isaac Hayes III. I was like, oh shit, I sound like the damn. Thank you, Rick Party.
Shout out to Rick
Appreciate
Party.
it. Shout out to Rick Party, man. Appreciate it.
So Isaac, yes, that's where I was going and why I even said his name. My son interrupted me. I need those sound effects, but no problem. I will shock you one day. I want to. Okay, so we're at 900,000, and you're going to where? 1 million or 2 million this go around?
We were at 900,000. This race would close. It'll be over. No, we're going to 2.5 million.
2.5
million. We're just getting started.
And then what happens once we reach 2.5 million?
The race closes, and then that's the last one we're doing to allow anybody to invest in fan base.
Now,
that's it. It's over.
So after that, okay, so it closes. What does fan base look like once you raise the capital that you're this round? What happens next for fan base?
We move to Series A.
Okay.
So for those for the new people that are listening, so like describing what fan base is, because fan base has been talked about a lot in the last like 24, 48 hours because of the Instagram outage yesterday, and then Elon Musk taking over Twitter, and everybody's like, we're leaving Twitter. And Elon Musk is tweeting some crazy shit. You know, he tweeted some like LGBTQ conspiracy, then deleted it, and now he's going to charge $8.
So what are
There's
your
a whole
thoughts?
bunch of shit going on.
So I'm curious on like, what are your thoughts on that as far as him charging, money for people to be verified on the platform? What are your thoughts on him acquiring Twitter? Like, where are you at now you're in this tech space. You are full steam in this tech space. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. I don't know enough about Elon Musk. Like I know about Elon Musk, and he's a brilliant guy. Like the companies that he's built, Tesla and SpaceX, and I think he's a brilliant person. And so Twitter is just another acquisition for him. I think it gives him a lot of power in the space. I don't know that his personal brand should be so much involved in Twitter, but I myself have had to lend my personal brand to help grow fan base. As far as charging is concerned, I'm going to turn the music down. I said that we're in the subscription era. I've been saying it. For a long time.
But he's not charging a subscription. He's charging just for you to have the verification.
No, you get a little bit. So for people that don't know, because I'm going to go look at mine right now. So for me, I have something. If people don't know, I have something called Twitter Blue. So if you know what Twitter Blue is?
No, I've never
heard of Twitter Blue, right? Okay, so Twitter Blue is something that I subscribe to on Twitter, and so what it does is it gives you a few more functionalities that other people don't get.
Like what?
So I can edit my tweets. So when I hit send, when I hit send on my tweet, it's like a 30-second delay before it sends. So if I read it and see something I don't like, I can undo it. And
within 30 seconds.
But then even when I send it, now I can edit it within 30 minutes. I can go back and edit my tweet and fix it. Okay. So that's one feature. I think the most you can post as far as a video on Twitter is maybe a minute and a half. With Twitter Blue, you can post like 10-minute videos.
Okay.
So you can post really long videos. So it gives you a lot longer video left to post. I can't remember I know I can change my app icon, like if I want to. I'm looking at the preferences. Let me see. Twitter Blue. So it says, subscription, manager subscription. So I have a subscription to Twitter Blue, and it's a couple other things.
Uh-huh.
So I have early access to edit your tweets. It says now you can fix those typos. You can undo tweets, 1080p video, upload videos that are 10 minutes long.
So let me ask you this. Are you paying for this, or are you part of the early
I'm paying for this.
Oh,
I'm paying for it. It's a subscription. Yeah, it's like $4.99 or something. It's a subscription. Yeah.
And
but it's really a good functionality.
But is it only available for people who are verified?
No, anybody can have Twitter Blue.
Anybody can have Twitter Blue. So
I think what he's doing is he's trying to boost the subscriptions of Twitter Blue by rolling the verification into Twitter Blue.
Okay.
It's pretty good marketing because people that don't have Twitter Blue is like people want the blue check so bad. You can just like I'm gonna get the blue check and then I get Twitter Blue with it. So people care more about the blue check than they care about Twitter Blue. But Twitter Blue is really, the value that you have. So that's why I was like, I'm not really mad at it because I keep saying all the time, like we're in the subscription era. I can't say it enough. Like I can't.
What are your thoughts on the subscription era? I mean, I feel like everybody is offering subscriptions but no content. So what's the point in having the subscription functionality accessible? Like you're saying, hey, I'm offering subscriptions, but if you don't even offer good free content, then what are you charging for? And why are people subscribing?
So I'm not going to give the ops, the other team, a reason to change their business model. But what I like about Fanbase is you do have the optionality of viewing someone's content before you fully subscribe to it. So there is a value proposition there, meaning I can see stuff of yours that's behind a paywall, right? That I actually know it's there.
Okay.
It's a little different when you subscribe to somebody. You don't know if they've ever posted one piece of exclusive content. You're a blind subscription. Yeah. So I mean, go ahead.
I'm so sorry, but do you think that people are more inclined to subscribe to others knowing that, hey, I'm sitting next to 30 other people or 300 other people rather than I'm the only one subscribing to you? What are your thoughts on that?
Wait, what do you mean? Explain.
So with Instagram, you can't see I'm sure you see it all the time, Jane Doe is offering subscriptions. Tammy John is offering, everybody and their mother is offering subscriptions here on Instagram, but you can't see how many people are subscribed to this person to validate, right, is this content even worth the $4.99 or $2.99 or whatever the charges are? So do you think when people have that access to see how many people are subscribing and what content because Instagram doesn't give you a preview. There's not even a tab. Until you subscribe, right? You don't know.
Yeah, I know, but I see them. I think Instagram is being very careful in how and in the pace in which they steal fan base functionality or they copy fan base functionality. Let me say that. I think they're being very careful. Like I think that's probably something that they will do down the road, but just to not look like they just came and ripped it off immediately. But there's no value prop to Instagram subscriptions. There's no value prop.
Right.
You don't know what you're getting. It's like, I don't know what I'm getting. It's like buying a box. And it's like, what's in it? Nothing. You paid $4.99. It's like,
do you know, I'm not subscribed to anybody here. I'm like, what's the point? There's because if I see, and my whole thing with subscriptions, like when I think of OnlyFans, right? Mm-hmm. The concept, I really like OnlyFans for the fact that they have completely made that it's like they made that exclusivity purposeful. The way they did their rollout with OnlyFans. No, it's not.
It's sex.
No, it's not. I know people on there who are not in the sex industry that have an OnlyFans.
No, I understand that, but I mean that's their bread and butter. That's how the lights stay on.
I'm sure
the lights stay on with butt cheeks. Butt cheeks are keeping the lights on OnlyFans.
Well,
titties and ass,
because I know
are
people
keeping the lights on at OnlyFans.
So I do know people who do that, but I also know people who, at first, they didn't want to do OnlyFans because they felt like it had the sexual stigma, and then it's like, well, what else are we gonna do? But what I do like about it is you know what you're getting. Do you know what I'm saying? So what I'm asking now, what I'm wondering with Fanbase is, how is there a breakdown, or what can you tell us without sharing with the ops the percentages of users that are utilizing subscription features?
Subscriptions. Well, I think a lot, right? Like a lot. I don't have the data in front of me, but I know a good portion of our I know I know the portion of people that are actually creating subscriber content, and then the portion of people out of our total users that subscribe. And what's so crazy is the amount of people that are paying for subscriptions and monetizing is like the ceiling is like when we look at the data, it's like, oh, if this goes up 5 or 10%, we talking billions. You know what I'm saying? We're talking like, oh, okay, this is a billion, this is a multi-billion-dollar business. Right. Which is why I think you should invest in fan base, and people should invest in fan base, because it's this is the thing. I want to be the guy, right? I want to be the guy that was like, I told y'all. Because now everybody's pushing subscriptions. Everybody is now. Like, I'm telling you, like,
corny to me. Here's the thing though. Just because everybody is pushing subscriptions does not mean that their content is worth the $1.99 or $4.99. So I feel like everybody is doing it without. There's no reason. There's no content. There's nothing. So what am I paying for? If what you're giving me for free is foolishness.
Well, here's the thing. It's not about that, right? It's more like the percentage of people that subscribe to someone. It's not for everybody. I think the error that fan base is making, well, not the error, but they're so saturated with a user base that is not ready for that, right? It's almost like trying to take older people and put it like this. I guarantee you, like, most people over the age of like 55 probably still buy MP3s. You know what I mean? It's like.
So do you think subscription is a new hustle? Like, I saw somebody say that they feel like they're being hustled. So now I feel like, okay, let me ask you this. Do you think subscription is the new hustle? It's the new wave.
No. I think it's going to be the new economy. I think it's going to be the new economy for the world. Yes. Natasha. Yes. Like, do you know listen to what I mean though. It's not a hustle. Like, subscriptions, especially for this younger generation of people, younger generation of users that understand, like, okay, put it like this. How old are your kids?
10 and 13.
Okay. Do they primarily use paper money, or do they know digital money?
Both.
Okay, but I guarantee you they understand Cash App. Like, it's ones and zeros. Like the fact that I can press a couple buttons and the shoes that I want can come to my house. I don't have to go to a cash register and hand some money over. I don't have to see a cashier. My food can come. I can order a pizza with virtual. Yeah. It's real money, but it's in the digital space. So virtual spending.
Right.
Virtual money increases virtual spending. So subscriptions are a way that people are going to monetize into the billions of dollars and the trillions of dollars in the future. I keep saying that. Like,
who's subscribing to me tonight? Let me see something. No, you know what it is? I think integrity is important to me. So I feel like I hear you with the subscription, but I feel like because of the accessibility that these companies are giving the regular average person to say, hey, offer subscriptions, it's diluting the space. That's how I feel.
I know what you mean, but I think it should be optionality involved. Meaning, like, everybody, so on Fanbase, you don't have to have subscribers. You can still make money. People can love your content, right?
Well, that's what I like, Exactly. Yeah. Facebook, you can buy stars. Instagram, you can buy badges. Your Fanbase, you can buy love. Buy hearts. Right. You can buy love. Right. Yeah. So hey, if the content is good, you buy whatever. Where
some love and love that piece of content.
Right.
But what I think is, like, it's not going to be, subscriptions aren't going to be for everybody. But when you factor in, like, okay, I wish I had my extra phone or calculator, right? You have a phone in front of you, right?
I do. Okay, hold on. Let's unlock it. Okay, what do you need?
Okay, so I want you to take 17 million.
Okay.
Just type in 17 million on your calculator before you multiply anything, right? Just take 17 million. Now, 17 million is 5%. No, I'm sorry, 17,200,000. So start over. Do 17,200,000. 17,200,000 is 5%. 5% of the people that follow The Rock on Instagram.
Wait, so
That's
I
just
have
five.
17.
He has. No, I'm saying The Rock has 300.
200,000.
Right. So The Rock has 300 million plus followers. Right. So 17,200,000 is 5% of those people. Right.
Okay.
Now multiply that times $2.50.
So 17,200,000 times
200,000 times $2.50.
Okay.
How much is that?
43 million.
Okay, now times 12.
$516 million. Hello, what is this number? I
Right.
want some.
So what I'm saying is, if 5% of the people that follow The Rock, just 5%, forget the 95, just 5% of the people that follow The Rock subscribe to him, he's making $500 million a year.
What? Okay. I see what you're saying.
He's making $500 million. He's making $500 million a year. That's just 5%.
Just on subscribers.
If it's 10%, he's making $1 billion a year. So imagine somebody making $1 billion a year. That's why I say we're going to go to the trillionaire era. It's like, just, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's just 5%.
Right.
And the difference is on Instagram, if you go to The Rock's page right now, is Instagram on that phone right now?
Yes.
Go to The Rock's page right now, right? Just go to The Rock, put in The Rock. I want you to see this so people can see it. Maybe you might be able to hold it up to the camera so you can show people, right?
Okay, I'm at
but I'm going to show you something. How many followers do you have?
345 million.
Okay, now you see that little, you see the tab that shows reels? The middle, those little three little tabs down there. Tap on that. How many? Okay. Read the views. Now read the views of how many of his videos are getting. What are his video views?
His latest one, the last two, 4.2 million, 4.5 million, 11.9 million. That was a good day. 11.7 million. Oh, okay. Here's one. 29.8 million was a good day for him.
That's still not even 10%. But go ahead. You see what I'm saying? That's like 3%. So my point is like if he has 300 something plus million followers and only 2 or 3% of the people that follow him are seeing his content, then why is he on there? What am I doing? Because and Instagram knows that, right? So Instagram knows that because if The Rock can reach 300 million people, Coca-Cola can hand him a check for $21 million and say, wear a Coke t-shirt and say, buy Coke. And you're reaching 300 million people. See, take the word follower and change it to viewer, and then you'll understand. 300 million viewers is 3 times the visual equivalent of the Super Bowl. You know that, right? And the Super Bowl only comes on 4 hours a day, once a year. Imagine being able to reach 300 million people 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Right.
You know how much ad power that is? He has more ad reach than 3 times the Super Bowl, 24 hours a day, 7 days a year, if Instagram let him reach that many people.
Okay, so let me ask you a question now. Instagram keeps their lights on how?
Advertising.
How does fan base keep their lights on?
Subscriptions and virtual purchases.
Okay, so the loves and so on and so forth.
The loves and subscriptions. Subscriptions.
Now, okay. I just, again, I think to myself, okay, looking at somebody like The Rock does not have subscriptions. Kim Kardashian does not have subscriptions. They offer all of this free content, but then you've got Jane Doe across the street who brushes her hair all day for free content, and then she pops up tomorrow and says, hey guys, subscribe to my page, and it's like, for what? So that's
hold on. But here's the thing: there's an audience of people. There's an audience of people that will pay for content, right? And what I mean is, like, let me adjust let me pull my mic a little closer. So there's an audience of people. So let's say, like, the reason why I made fan base, right, was because this young kid went viral in a Spider-Man costume, and he reached out. I reached out to him, and he just said, "Are you a manager?" So imagine being like 17 years old, you're going viral, right? So you got like 300,000 followers overnight, and now you're trying to figure out, how do I make some money? How do I turn this virality into a business?
Right.
I have talent. I can dance. The only problem is Marvel and Disney own Spider-Man. So at any given moment, they can stop me from using their IP for making money. They haven't.
Wow. Right.
But they could. So I was like, he need to be able to teach people how to dance like him. Who did your hair? Did you do it?
You talking about my hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it. Hello?
Okay.
Yes.
But my point is like, you can charge people like, how do you get your hair like that? Yeah. Where did you buy those earrings? How do you change a flat tire? How do you do your taxes better? How'd you make that macaroni and cheese? How do you get those abs?
Instead of doing the free content.
Yes, you should be charged, because here's the thing. The thing about charging for content, there's a racial divide. There's a racial divide between free and paid.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I'll give you an example. So this is a conversation that I'm having this week. The Isaac Hayes store we sell merchandise, right? The guy that sells merchandise that we've been using, this company we've been using, I've been working with them for 7 years. I hadn't talked to my friend since the beginning of since before the pandemic. We got on the phone and he was like, yo, I remember you starting Fanbase. What have you done? I'm like, I've raised like almost $7 million. I got this thing. He goes, man, guess what? He's like, we don't do t-shirts. We still do t-shirts, but I'm in the business of helping people monetize their content. He goes, like, all these podcasters, he's like, all these white podcasters, he's like, they're making like $1 million, $2 million a year.
What's his podcasting? Can you share his information with me? I'm trying to see something.
Hello? No, I know. I'm going to share his information with you. We have a meeting, but my point is, all of them are white. All of them are like, so all of them, like, if I go to, I'm going to go to top Patreon creators right now while we're on live, right? And I'm going to read off some of these numbers for podcasters, right? That are making. I just feel so
guilty charging. Like, I feel like if I were to charge people, like what I do here, the Natasha Simone sequence, right? I do 2 shows a day, morning and evening. I can't see myself charging the people to watch me talk about.
No, you don't. That's not what the podcasters do. What the podcasters do is they disseminate their podcasts on all the streaming platforms for free. So Spotify, Apple Podcasts, like, Amazon, like wherever podcasts go for free to listen, right?
Yeah.
So imagine us having this conversation and people are listening to it. Like, they don't see the video. But the extra part is, the video portion is exclusive content. Remember, 95% of the people that listen to you for free aren't going to pay. But, okay, you have a YouTube channel?
Yes.
What's the most views any of your videos have ever gotten?
When Rick and I were doing our show together, Rick, run me the number. It was like 1.5 million views.
Okay, so, all right. So 1.5 million views. How much money did you make off 1.5 million views? Do you remember?
$0.
Okay. So I'm looking at podcasters right now, right? That are on Patreon, that are charging. And before anybody runs to Patreon, we have something at Fanbase coming this month that you're going to like. But 28,000 people are subscribed. They're making $187,000 a month. 37,000 people subscribe. Hold on. These are podcasters. 37,000 subscribers. They're making $160,000 a month. Wherever could you make $160,000 for 37,000 views? Where?
Hey, Michael, it's time for you to invest in my vagina now. I don't know.
Where could you ever make?
Nowhere.
Where could you exactly? Only through subscriptions. And and look, and these people that I'm looking at, guess how much they're charging, Tosh? $4.31 a month. $4.46. But guess when they started? 2016.
So they've been doing this and building.
It's a grind. It's like boom. It's boom, 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 boom. It's like that is going to be it. 95% of the people that follow you are not going to follow you like they follow you like a magazine. They don't really care. They're nosy or they're haters. The other 5% are your diehard fans. And providing an extra level of content for those people is awesome. And they'll pay for it. I'm just sitting here looking right now like, but these are all white people.
I know everybody's looking at me and it's like they're like, her brain is in overdrive right now.
You're in shock. I know a comedian. I'm not going to say the comedian's name, but I showed him that this other comedian is making $212,000 a month off subscriptions with about 30,000 subscribers. And he's like, I'm funnier than that guy. I'm funnier than him. I'm about to do shows here in Atlanta for $35 tickets at 500-seat venues, moving around the country. I'm like, bruh, he's sitting still. He's sitting right in his house, making $200 a month.
Making $200
a month.
Would people pay to see? And again, I'm thinking, okay. All right, let me stop talking before my back office tells me to be quiet. Because you know when you start thinking out loud, loud.
Yeah, you can't. Natasha, people would absolutely subscribe to support you. And I think at fan base, you should offer subscriptions. I think you should offer exclusive content. Because remember, everybody's not going though. It's okay. Everybody doesn't have to go. You make good content. You're engaging. You're funny. You're informative. You're passionate. I would watch you. And I would pay to watch your content.
This conversation is interesting. I got to take control of my show. This is not why you're here. I'm here to interview you, not you pour life into me. No,
this is my job. My job to do this though. My job is to lead the subscription revolution. My job is to lead. My job is to lead people there.
We need to have a off the camera. Look, my back office just messaged me. I pay for you. Zip it. Be quiet. You're doing too much.
Damn.
Because they know I would sit here and brainstorm with you, and then there goes all the sauce. All the sauce. No, not the sauce. The recipe. Because baby, I am the sauce. People steal the sauce every day. Hello. People been trying to steal the sauce every day, but
there you go.
I got the recipe. Listen, Isaac, I every time you come on here, it's like I love how you. Honestly, I really love how you market your app. Like you really you're the best at it. I have not. You never fail me with how you talk about it. You entice people and you get people there. I know there's there's a lot of investors in here who have poured into fan base on the investor side and also as a user. But I know the investors are curious. How do they see or where do they benefit? What's the ROI? How does that work? Return on investment and all of that stuff.
So basically, every time that you every time that you invest in an early stage startup, it's like you're betting on the long game, right? You're betting on like, okay, I think fan base in 6, 7, 8 years is going to go from an $85 million company to a $100 billion, $200 billion company, right? Mm-hmm. So I always say only invest what you're willing to lose. So the minimum to invest is $245. So only invest what you're willing to lose. But when you think of the investment opportunities that we've been locked out of or not informed about, right? So when you think of Orrin Michaels, right? So I can look up early Uber. Hold on, I gotta write this. Early Uber investors, because this is some very important information, mm-hmm. right? So, let's see, early Uber investors. Let me pull that in. So anyway, Orrin Michaels, right?
The vacuum person.
He's just a guy. But I'm going to read you some numbers, right? Uh-huh. Let me read you some numbers. So this is what I mean. This is all potential. because Orrin Michaels did not know what Uber was going to do. Nobody knew what Uber was going to do, right? Nobody knew Uber was going to be like they were going to revolutionize the cab industry and all that kind of stuff. Like they didn't know they were going to do that, right? But Orrin Michaels,
Orkin is the vacuum. Orkin. Okay, go on.
Okay. Orkin is the bugs. But anyway, Orrin Michaels was already a very rich person. He sold his company to Intel in 2013, so he was already a millionaire. But Orrin Michaels put $5,000 and invested it into Uber in 2010, right? When the company went public on the stock exchange in 2019, his $5,000 was worth $24 million. So when you invest in Fanbase, you're saying my $245 could be worth X if Fanbase valuation goes X. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
So that's when you're investing in Fanbase, it's like, yo, so let's say I'll put a hypothetical.
You're planting a seed.
I have to speak in hypotheticals because you can't make guarantees when it comes to investing. So hypothetically, if somebody invested in Fanbase today at 85 million, right? And the company wound up being worth $850 million, right? That's 1,000 times. That's 1,000x.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I do.
It's 1,000x. So it's like 85. That's 1,000x.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm sorry, 85 billion. 85 billion. Let me be right. 85 billion. So they say Fanbase went from because here's what I mean by 85, and this is what I mean. So 85 million to 85 billion is 1,000x. Right. That's 1,000 times more. So Facebook at one point had a $900 billion market cap, right? ByteDance, TikTok's parent company, is worth about 400 billion. So let's just say Fanbase is worth 85 billion one day. We're still at the bottom of the totem pole. That's still 1,000x that you put in your capital, right? If you invest. Right. So let's say so what is 500, right? What is 500 times 1,000?
Wait, let's get the calculator. Okay, 500. Okay, because you say numbers. 500 times
1,000. 1,000.
Okay, well, 500,000. Okay, okay, everybody, calm down. I'm not too much of an idiot. Relax. Okay.
But I mean, imagine saying I put $500 into a company, and in 7 years, that $500 is worth $500,000.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be incredible?
Beyond incredible.
Exactly.
So, all right. So, okay, everybody. So I want you right now to, first of all, you go to the link in my bio, you scroll down where it says I'm on Fanbase, and you get yourself a Fanbase account first and foremost. Secondly, for those of you who want to invest in Fanbase, where are we going?
I'm about to send you a link and you can pin it. Okay. Right now. Hold on. Here we go. I'm going to post it and you can pin it. There it is. Pin that.
Okay, pinning.
startengine.com/fanbase.
So just as a disclaimer, that is for anybody who wants to invest in Fanbase. So Fanbase is free for users. If you want to go on there and you want to be
free to download, free to use.
Free to use.
Yeah, free to download, free to use.
If you want to own a portion of Fanbase, you go to the pin link. For everybody watching this on the rewatch, because I do distribute this content on YouTube and also on audio. You can't see the link, obviously. It's startengine.com/fanbase, and that's where you can go and invest at a minimum of $245. Yes.
Yes, and we are currently over $900,000.
And all right. I'm so proud of you. I'm grateful that you took the time, and with our delay and everything, you still made it back here. I don't want to keep you much longer from your real life that you got going on. But before you go, I just want to shift the tune a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, with the news that we all woke up to with the unfortunate passing of Takeoff.
Yeah.
First of all, he lived in Atlanta where fan base is
Yeah.
currently headquartered.
Hmm.
What are your raw thoughts on the rap game today, the lyrics, the songs, and definitely what are your thoughts on today's unfortunate loss?
I said this. I said this when I was on my live earlier. When it comes to Black Lives Matter, we have to start practicing what we preach.
The
We have
phrase,
to start doing that.
not the organization, the actual
Not the
phrase.
organization, the actual phrase. We have to start practicing what we preach, because the what I was talking about earlier was the storytelling of hip hop had a violent undertone in it when it first started, right? And what typically happens, right, is those artists escape their circumstances and then their records evolve. Jay-Z's music evolved. Nas's music evolved. Snoop's music evolved. Wayne's music evolved. Everybody's music evolves out of the poverty and the circumstances that they come from. What has happened is that rappers today are evolving and overcoming the circumstances, but they're still creating the music from which they came from and still regurgitating that trauma and that violence. It's okay if you like, and it's okay to tell those stories. I think Get Rich or Die Trying by 50 Cent was an appropriate album from where 50 Cent came from. But then when he's like, when I'm doing like Candy Shop and I'm doing like other stuff and I'm off to making power and that's the trajectory of what you're supposed to do. Tell your story,
Yeah.
and then move on.
Right.
Secondly, and I don't want to vilify or, lay blame, but it is okay that when you become successful as an artist, that you move away from the bullshit.
The hood.
It's because I was telling some of our young employees today. I was like, the difference between our rappers and y'all's rappers is our rappers made it, and then they just moved to like Beverly Hills and Buckhead and way out, and they weren't doing the same shit that they started out doing. They just like they're not rolling dice at hotel lobbies at the pinnacle of their career. I compared it to like how foolish would it have been for LeBron James at 28 years old to go play pickup games of basketball in Akron, Ohio for money.
Do you think
while he's playing like, yo, dog, what are you doing? You're already at the top. Why are you going back to your hood and playing pickup games of basketball and gambling?
Do you think there's
why would you do that?
Do you think there's like kind of like a survivor's remorse or guilt because they made it and they want to humanize the new level that they're in and go back to the hood and say, but I'm still normal. I'm still me. Do you know what I'm saying?
But you're not, and it's okay to not be that. It's okay.
So with that,
it's okay to not. It's okay to not be that. It's okay to not be that person.
Do you think there's a lack of education when it comes to, hey, when you level up in this career that you're seeking, this is do you think that the industry, whatever industry it is, whether it's the entertainment or the sports industry, although I feel like the sports industry, they equip the players with a little bit more knowledge in the entertainment industry, which is why we're seeing this happening.
Because it's a system, right? Athletes coming through a system. You're like playing pee-wee, then you're playing like junior varsity, then college, then pros. You have coaches. You have this whole thing. The music business is me in my bedroom making rap records and the shit get hot and it blow up like Glorilla. And it's like, now she's out here. Now I went from the hood. Like I just left. Like a year ago, I was eating ramen noodles, in a 1-bedroom apartment, figuring out what the hell we gonna do. And today I'm signing $1 million contracts, right?
Yeah.
It's that 0 to 100 type of success that happens sometimes. And the Migos definitely weren't that. The Migos have been around since 2012. So they're 10 years in the game, almost 11, even probably before that. I want to say probably maybe 2011. You know what I'm saying? Like they're veterans. Like, they're veteran artists, right?
Well, they're veteran on paper, but is their mindset veteran to know, like, hey, we don't have to be rolling dice in the middle of a bowling. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do like we could be at our
I just
house
think
or
I just think that we also live. I think also during the time that we live in, social media is like a very vulnerable tool to a lot of people. So you can't always like share your precise location, or like what happened to PNB Rock. It shouldn't, and it doesn't like. Here's the thing. Bottom line is PNB Rock should be able to wear diamonds wherever he wants to wear diamonds and not get robbed. That's just what should happen by human behavior. It doesn't mean that we don't live in this world, that there are violent people out here, looking to do harm, right?
yeah.
So the situation with Quavo and them, like, what I'm saying, like at a bowling alley in downtown Houston shooting dice at 2:30 in the morning, it's just like that's not you gotta kind of gotta move away from that.
So
Like,
as
that
someone
can't be
who
your life.
you grew up in the music business, respectfully, because of your dad, the late great Isaac Hayes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With your experience as a music industry baby, you also being in the business of entertainment, what do you think will change the climate of today with these young rappers?
I do not know. I think they have to want to change. They have to because to again I say to again to say like I remember hip hop array. We don't have fun no more. Like I said, Beyonce got the funnest record of the year. Like Comfort is just the funnest song of the year. I remember
Yes.
hip hop array. I remember I was just saying this. I remember like Ludacris records. I remember like Nelly Hot in Here. Like we had fun. Like
Yes.
having fun. It's okay. Like it's everything isn't like I got a Draco for my ops ready to shoot up whatever. Like that doesn't like to me, that's I understand telling a story in a way, like I said, tell your story, but for it to be the continual foundation of the type of music that you make all the time.
Yeah.
I just think that we gotta do different because I think this generation is so infatuated with being cool, right?
And being
So
the first.
infatuated with just being cool, just being like,
cool.
yo, it's cool. Like I got diamonds. I got an edge to me. There's a little bit of violence that goes to what I'm doing and saying and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, yeah, but you can't live that, right? You can't live that.
Right.
You gotta just, you gotta trust me. Like people, I say this all the time. People invite me to stuff all the time that I don't go to.
Really?
People tell me all the time, oh yeah, man, yeah. People, now you going to the 21 Savage, like 21 Savage's Freaknik party? I got invited to that. I be telling people all the time, I'm not going to that.
Right.
I'm not going.
Right.
I'm not going. Because when you weigh it, here's what you have to do. You have to start the decisions that I make, and I'm not perfect, but I'm like, do I go to an outdoor venue party with a bunch of people where security might be light,
uncontrolled,
and on the other hand, uncontrolled, or do I go to work at this startup that I found and raise $7 million, and that could be $100 billion company one day? I'm taking my ass home and playing Call of Duty.
I think I'm going to go to work.
I go home. I'm going to work. I'm play Call of Duty. Come back home. Go to Thanksgiving. Like again, and that still doesn't mean that there's not violence out there. But what I'm saying is, in those environments, in those situations, the world is a lot more violent.
There's a higher probability of something happening there. Get it.
It's just a lot more violent. It's so easy to get guns. People are a lot more emotional with social media and their feelings, how they feel, their reputation, their cameras around. People are filming you arguing with people. You're looking like this is going to be on the internet. I gotta be hard. I gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? I gotta stand. I can't look like no punk. I can't get world starred. I can't get beat up. I can't lose. Ain't no way I'm getting my ass beat and it be all over the internet that I lost. So I'm just gonna shoot first.
I also feel. But you know what, Isaac? I feel like with the apps that we have, we've got these simple devices. point and click. Like literally, you look at the phone right now, you can press the button right there and there goes your camera, activated immediately.
Yeah.
You start recording, and what does it take for me to send it? Finish recording, the option pops up, and you can send it to everybody in your phone book, the news outlets, so on and so forth. I think people want to also be the first to get 1 million likes on this video of gore, gruesome. You know what I'm saying? And
I don't necessarily think that. I think that people pulled out their phones on 9/11. People pulled out their cameras. Like when traumatic things are happening and you can capture it, I think people are gonna that's just human nature. I don't care what it is.
It's human nature to an extent. I think now with the like counters, with all of those things, it draws in a certain level of greed. People want the highest numbers. People want to be the first to break the story. It's this insatiable desire to be noticed for breaking this particular news, which is why we have premature news breaking. You know, there was a media outlet a couple of months ago that said the queen died. She was very much alive. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's every other day there's somebody prematurely breaking news of something because they want to be first, and there's no validity behind it. So that's what I'm saying. So any piece of validity, like there's a whole viral video of this man take off with his brain matter on the ground. Why do us normal people see that and know that? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I understand that, but again, I think, I mean, that's, you know, capturing real life moments, good or bad, is always what it's going to be. That humans are going to do that. I'm telling you right now, it doesn't matter. Like people are when people are in Ukraine right now, like showing like you getting, you know, cell phone footage of rockets hitting buildings. And they live there. Like that's just what it is. You want to make sure that people see like the story is told, whatever it is, the evidence, whatever it is. I don't necessarily, you know, I don't think of it one way or another. I think when it comes to stuff like that, I mean, you know, putting it online, especially like a murder or something like that, I think that's very distasteful to the family. Like it's very personal, right?
Absolutely.
In situations like that, you
Absolutely.
know, it's very personal. You shouldn't do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't show that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I understand that. But we're so desensitized now, man. It's like.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know.
I appreciate you for sharing your thoughts on that, though. I do. Is the climate like very heavy in Atlanta? Because he lived there, correct?
Or, I mean, you know what's so funny? I've been heavy all day.
Okay.
I've been heavy. I get. I mean, it's just a heavy thing. Any loss of life that is premature or tragic, and it's heavy and senseless, it's just heavy.
Yeah.
And it's like and here's the thing. We all have our burdens as in society that plague our communities.
Yeah.
Right. And the things that we can do to try to control those things. So like most of the white artists that they die from drug overdoses.
Right.
Or suicide, right? And that is their burden that they have to focus on. Like we have to stop, we have to get off these drugs.
Yeah.
Right? In our community, it's the violence.
Yeah.
So drugs and violence are the two things that like you could put up if you could I can name you 50 artists that died from drugs and violence. Tupac, Biggie, Michael Jackson, Prince, Whitney Houston, Juice WRLD, XXXTentacion, PNB Rock. You know what I'm saying? So it's drugs and violence.
Yeah.
It's drugs and violence. Mac Miller, it's drugs and violence. Drugs and violence. Well, that is what plagues humans. Drugs and violence. And we have to get drugs and violence under control.
It sickens me to my core. And as I raise my two sons who are 10 and 13, it freaks me out because, you know, we could all do an amazing job trying to raise these children, but you know, the phones, the accessibility, you know, the music, the everything plays a part, and there's only but so much we could do at home before, wherever their brains
And
stick.
that's the thing. That's what most of the music is. And the crazy thing about it, most of the music is today is drugs and violence.
Yeah. Well,
It's
I'll
drugs
kill
and violence. It's
I'll
just
kill him before the drugs and violence kill him. Isaac, listen, I appreciate you. I always love having these conversations with you. I told you you were only going to be here for a little bit, and here we go down a rabbit hole, right?
right.
Before you
It's my
go though,
fault.
can you? Oh, hello, please don't do that.
Well, it
I
is my
do.
fault. I talk too
No,
much.
no, you're a pleasure. I love having you. That's why I'm like, come on. I do want you to answer this question before you run out of here really quickly.
Hmm.
Hey, Isaac, do you give advice to young app creators on your fan base? Because I am definitely willing to pick your brain. That is from the real Wevo. Um, so hey, Isaac, do
I
you give advice? There we go.
yeah. I mean, and what I like to say is like kind of like, and I don't charge for it. I'm not going to charge for that, because people didn't charge me, right? And I feel like this process that I'm going through right now is like I'll leave the breadcrumbs for the next person behind me. So if I can tell like that, there's multiple people that I've introduced to equity crowdfunding that have successfully raised on Start Engine.
Nice.
Like I'm happy to do that. I'm happy to introduce other companies, other young Black people to the opportunities of equity crowdfunding or building their businesses. You got to pay it forward. And I invest in those companies and I mentor those people and those young people about what I went through and give my version of what I would do, but not necessarily it's not the path that they have to take because they have to make their own decisions too. So
Correct.
I definitely do. And I don't charge for that. I mean, I want to find the right content. I want to find something that is engaging that I can charge for, but it would be more on the Snoop, what's up? It
It's
would be more on the
Snoop as in Snoop.
yeah, Snoop's here. Yeah,
Shout out
Snoop's
to
here. What's up,
Snoop.
Snoop?
Shout out to Snoop Dogg that just walked in the building. Please get Uncle
Yes.
Snoop a blunt and a drink. Thank you.
But yeah, I pay it forward. And even someone like Snoop who's mentored me and
Mhm.
told me things and introduced me to people and provided me with opportunities and do that kind of stuff. It makes me like right now, just saying that it makes me feel good. Like my hairs are standing up on my arm that I get to talk about how Snoop helped me out, right?
Yeah.
And how Snoop, Snoop is many times has promoted fan base, and I get to tell people like what I did and the opportunities and the way that I can introduce people and stuff like that. That's good. That feels good. We should
Yeah.
be doing that. That's the best I've felt all day.
That's
Just talking about
the
that.
give back, right? Is that what you would
Yeah,
feel like that's your ultimate give back?
yeah. It has to be. Like
So
I
do you
said, like go ahead.
no, please go on.
No, and so I was just, I'm just saying, like to young people, we have to do that. We have to change. Like we have to evolve out of our circumstances. We do not have to. It is okay to move out of the hood. It's okay to become a tech founder. It's okay to go from a street nigga to a CEO it's okay to go from a street nigga to owning a bakery.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's okay. It's okay to go from a street nigga to owning an insurance agency. Like it's okay. It's
Sno-
fine. You can.
Uncle Snoop says you are the gift that keeps on giving. I would
Thank you, Snoop.
I would love to be in a session where Snoop is giving advice because I could just imagine him say, listen,
Oh,
listen,
he's got game.
listen, nephew, let me tell you something here. I can't even do it. What is something that you would share with us that Uncle Snoop has shared with you that carried you through? He
So
says I'm the blueprint. I went from the streets to the suites. Oh,
sweets,
Snoop,
exactly.
I would love
So
to have a
Snoop, so
conversation with you, Snoop Dogg. I'm just saying I'm gonna slide that in there and we do with it as we may.
Snoop just told me something last week. He was like,
Uh-huh.
he says the way you're building fan base is the right way because you're doing it like you're gaining respect. He
Yeah.
was talking about when he started his youth football league. Everybody knows about Snoop's youth football league, and that
Yes.
in the beginning, celebrities weren't supporting him in his football league. They
Right.
do now, but that early road that you go on. That's like, all right, yeah, it's hard. You know what I'm saying? And you got to keep pressing forward. It's like you have to keep moving forward. You have to keep
Right.
working harder. I don't expect everybody to get fan base from the beginning.
Right.
Everybody, listen. Your strangers will support you before the people that know you the best. It's just this like, I don't know, it's this weird thing. I don't know why.
And
You know what
what
I'm
did
saying?
that do? In knowing that, did that discourage you, or do you feel like you in having that piece of information? Shout out to Uncle Snoop that just walked in the door.
Snoop about to break the live. Snoop about to break your live.
Hi,
What up, baby girl?
hi, Uncle Snoop. It's very nice to meet you.
Hey, motivation, pleasure's all mine.
Thank you so much. Listen. I was sitting here asking Isaac. I said, what kind of advice? I want to hear it out of the mouth of Unc. I want you to say, listen, nephew. Well, I'm a niece, so but Snoop, I would love to hear, like, in your time and going from the streets to the suites, in your words, how was it for you staying motivated to not go back there, but to keep pushing forward when everything was against you?
Well, I think it's more to do with, my upbringing and my work ethic and, the way my mother raised me to just want to do better. My mother raised me the right way. And I believe like a lot of us are raised the right way, but it's just so much temptation when you don't have that, male role model to support what mama's kicking. So naturally we drift off. But if you brought up the right way, that's gonna always be in you. And I feel like that's been like my key to success is the teachings and the doctrines that my mother provided me, and then the work ethic, and then the ability to show love. Like, I come from an environment where it's hate everywhere, but if you push love, that's the only way to maximize. So I've been doing the love thing for a long time, and through my love venture, I've been able to get business opportunities, meet people, and just grow as a man, as a person. Because in the beginning,
Absolutely.
I was always looked at as a bad guy because I came out with a team of bad guys, and bad guys were winning at the time. But I learned how to grow into a good guy because that's who I naturally was. But it is what it is. Certain people got to find their time to grow into who they are. You can't really rush the process. And it's all about growing and learning and willing to learn how to love rather than hate.
Take us to church on a Tuesday. Come
Absolutely.
on, Uncle Snoop. Now
Absolutely.
you've got a couple of sons under your belt. How, you growing up and knowing what you didn't have, did you feel like you overcompensated for your sons and their friends who you knew didn't have the male role model and the community behind them?
Definitely. I feel like my generation, we pressed forward to be better fathers. Even if we had fathers, we was trying to outdo our fathers. And the ones who didn't have fathers really did their thing. And you can look back at, when the 90s was really in a uproar with talent as far as basketball, football, entertainment, and music and TV and movies. Look at how fathers, black fathers, would show up with their kids. Whether it was me showing up with my kids to videos and interviews, whether it was Allen Iverson going to do his press conference with his kids, whether it was Michael Jordan showing up with his kids, it was always, the moment with that black father in success showing that he had time for his kids and he was building with his kids. And we wanted to give a better example of not saying, I didn't grow up with a father, so my son, no, we're gonna break the chain. We're gonna show what it's supposed to be like. And even sometimes when it comes to not your own biological kids, we become fathers. And that's the part I want to say about a lot of black men. We father a lot of kids that aren't ours because our due diligence is to each one teach one. We like to praise them and lift them up. And I want to give a shout out to all of the men out there that don't have kids that are fathers to kids that don't have fathers.
Yeah. I want to ask you, I asked this question to Isaac shortly before you came into the room with the unfortunate situation of the passing of Takeoff today. What what are your thoughts on that and music today and the rap generation of today?
I mean, it's touchy, baby, because it just seems like I've been around death since I've been in the industry. Since day one, it's been death around me. and you don't really know how to understand it or deal with it. But the thing is to say that we have to treat this business like a business. We have to leave certain elements of it out of it, and we have to learn how to grow as businessmen. You know, if you want to become the moguls that you see, the billionaires, what's one thing the billionaires do? They separate themselves from the things that could possibly take away their abilities and things that can enhance their abilities. We have to pick and choose who we move with and how we move. You know, it's crazy that God is always going to show us that, you know, association by affiliation is the best way to move. You are who you are, and you are who you with. And I like to move with people who move in peace, who aren't violent, who love to see tomorrow. And I just pray that all of my young homies in the rap game could get to where I'm at, because I was once on that same collision course that they was on. So I can't be hypocritical and say I don't know what's going on, because I was once like them. And I once had to grow into a full-grown man to understand that I had to separate and live for tomorrow and not try to die for today.
Mm.
Powerful.
I don't even know. I like that. That did something to my chest. I thank you for that word, Uncle Snoop. Thank you so much for that. You Your story is incredible. I love how you publicly love on your wife. I love how you give back. I love how you are unapologetically you. And just, you know, as someone who grew up listening to your music, I still bump the Uncle Snoop. And you know, I just want to thank you for just never changing the authenticity of who you are. So this is a great surprise and honor. Thank you so
Well,
much.
thank y'all for having me. I love you, Isaac, and I just wanted to come and give you some love and support. I see you got a sister on here, so you know I'm all about that black girl power. So
Thank
I just
you.
wanted to show y'all
Absolutely.
some love, what y'all talking about, what y'all speaking to, enhancement, education, development, teaching us how to be different, how to get into different realms of business, how to expand our mind. We don't always have to be athletes. We don't have to be entertainers. We could be the people behind the scenes making that real money, because that's what's happening right now. The world is moving in a technological way, and we need to always be ahead of the tech side, because they're always taking things from us. This is an opportunity where they can't take it from you, because you can build it from scratch.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. That's what I talk about all the time is like, you know, we can complain, but it's different now because you can build businesses from the ground up. There's nothing what I say is there's nothing in between you and 7.5 billion people on the planet but a smartphone. You can build a business on a smartphone now and build an enormous amount of wealth if you put your mind to it and you create the right type of content, the right type of business using tech. I mean, we are connected. It's like it's a different world, man. I like that. That's why I say that's why I talk about the future of technology and connectivity is wide open. So I know. And
Keep
Snoop
doing
weigh
your
in it.
thing.
Snoop's
Hey, keep doing your
yeah,
thing with that fan base, cuz like I told you the other day, they ain't gonna never
yeah,
respect you at the beginning, because you building
yeah,
something that they don't know. So you got to stay to it and do it. It's yours. It's your baby. You creating it. The
Yeah.
celebrity don't rush in like that. They followers. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
They not gonna rush like that. But once you build a brand that's strong enough, that's effective and efficient, you will have an overpour of people.
yeah.
Wow. That's a
I
word. Let's get
I
some
thank
air
you for
horns for
that.
that. Come on.
Y'all
Snoop
have a
dropping
great
them by.
night.
That's what.
Take round the road.
Thank you, Snoop, man. Appreciate it.
Thank y'all. God bless y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Peace.
God
Shout out
bless
to
you
you,
too,
Uncle
man.
Snoop.
Love.
That's
Shout out to
exactly what
Uncle
he told me
Snoop.
though.
I believe
That's
you.
exactly what that's exactly what he told me. He was like, keep doing it. He's
Yeah,
like, in the beginning, they don't rush in like that. Like they're followers and
absolutely.
everybody don't want to look lame. And it's like, no, keep doing what you're doing. Like, keep building fan base and keep building what you're building. And that's what we're going to continue to do.
Well,
So,
you know
and
what?
like I said, Suits a
Uh-huh.
mentor. Yeah.
You're definitely very blessed, lucky to have Snoop as someone as a direct source to mentor you. And I feel like the
Yep.
work in which you're doing and sharing with us selflessly, we get a piece
Mm-hmm.
of Uncle Snoop. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say thank you so much for sharing that, and
Yeah.
always love and thank you to Uncle Snoop for camming up with us and sharing his gift.
Absolutely.
So
I saw that. I was
Isaac.
like, oh, Snoop jumping in. Yeah. It's been fun. It was
It's
worth the wait.
It was worth the building evacuation. It was worth the wait. You know what?
It was worth the wait.
And I thank you for being in my life. I really do. We have fun. We talk business, and
Yeah.
this is exciting. I'm excited to be part of fan base, part of your world, and it's only up from here. You know what I'm saying?
Make sure you say this live so I can take some sound bites.
This live will be saving as soon as you get out of here and I say my goodbyes. The live will be up for everybody
Right.
to rewatch. So Isaac,
For everybody that's lingered over, you
yes,
can. We didn't talk about that. These 1,400 people we got here right now, you can go invest in Fanbase. What Snoop was talking about right now. Go to startengine.com/fanbase, and you can invest and actually own a part of the next social media platform. If you don't know, I'm a Black founder. I've raised about $7 million. And I want everybody to download Fanbase, make a profile, jump in audio rooms, post photos, videos, all that kind of stuff. But more importantly, invest. It's an opportunity for everybody that's on this live right now to actually invest and own a piece of Fanbase. And that's important. That we don't get these type of opportunities to own part of TechStars. We made Black Twitter, but we don't own Twitter.
yeah.
Right. So let's make Fanbase and let's own a part of it at the same time.
Thank you. Isaac, I release you back to your real life. Everybody, let me see some love and some hearts for Isaac Hayes III, CEO
Yay!
and founder of Fanbase. And let's make those hearts blue in the name of Uncle Snoop. Let's make all of those hearts flooding the chat blue for Isaac and Uncle Snoop and all of the friends in here. Isaac, thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. Yes. Well, not see you tomorrow, but you know what I'm saying. We'll talk tomorrow.
I'll be watching you. I'll be watching you tomorrow for sure.
Thank you, Isaac.
I'll be watching you tomorrow. Okay.
Thank you. We'll talk. We'll definitely talk.
All right, babe.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, everybody. I just want to say shout out to the entire room. Shout out to everybody that's here. If you saw part 1 of the show, yes, it ended because I had to evacuate my building. Thank you for everybody for coming back and joining part 2. Listen, if this is the results of what's going to happen when I got to evacuate my building, I'll evacuate every single day, okay? Everybody, that's the show. I release you back into your real lives. If you had drinks and everything, leave them down. Throw your napkins in the garbage because that's disgusting. I'm going to go back to my real world, which is being a mom to my 2 amazing children. We are back here tomorrow. I do have a morning show if you're up early, 4:30 a.m. Pacific, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, but I do come back on the evening edition, 6 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific. Okay, everybody, right here. Everybody that joined, I want to thank you. Let's say a special prayer for the family and friends of Takeoff. I want you all to lift that entire family up if you know them personally or virtually. I really want you to send all of that energy towards them. They need it. I want you to call somebody right now and tell them that you love them and make amends with whomever you are beefing with. It's not worth it, if you understand what I'm saying. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. I am your host, Natasha Simone of the Natasha Simone Sequence. Good night. Get on out of here. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye-bye.